Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Good morning. Today is the 12th of June and this is the 2022 Bromley Pageant of Motoring. This is actually the Lloyd Vehicle Consulting and Friends stand. Bromley Pageant for the last couple of years hasn't happened, but since 2020 the team that runs the event has actually been very kind to say, would you like to have a stand? And so this is our stand. I won't be on it most of the day though, because I need to show you what's going on here. And some people say, I don't know if this is true, that this is the largest one-day open-air car show in the whole country. So we're going to have to get our shambolic shuffle on if we're actually going to get round it. As with all the shambolic shuffles, I do apologise for any incorrect information, for any wind noise, if I get interrupted by announcements. Generally, if I make a big hash of it, that's just the way that it goes on this channel. I don't know how many parts there are going to be of a shambolic shuffle, but there will be many, many parts. First of all, we could say hello to Mr. Bill, and we could say hello to Amber.
Talking about you saying how lovely you are, by the way.
Hello.
We haven't been paid to say that. You are just generally lovely.
Well, you can advertise your own channel. You're wearing branded merchandise. Branded merchandise.
Branded merchandise. There we go. That'll do.
Excellent. As am I. Although you can't see my T-shirt.
You can turn the camera around.
But I could do. But that's not the way we do things on the channel in terms of shambolic shuffling. So we have the Panda 100 horsepower, which has been on the channel. This is a 2008. It's got even got the caravan mirrors on it because, well, the fuel power caravan is here, and Lady Corbell Holmes is explaining to people about this Trident Companion caravan, which is getting quite famous. Simon from the Lot 76 Cars channel is here with his 1990 Mercedes-Benz 190e 2 litre. This is a 2012 Toyota Verso S, despite the personal plate, owned by my friend the Boss. Everything so far has actually appeared on my channel already. This car just sneaks in to the show because 2012 is the cut-off actually for the cars to actually appear in the show. Amber's bought this Nissan 100NX as a 95. They actually had some Demon Tweaks wheels put on it recently. These are brand new wheels through Demon Tweaks. This car has just been recently recommissioned. I am hoping to have a go in this at some point. It's got a personal plate on it now actually, but it is a 95, it is an M, and I'm looking forward to it very much when that happens. I've been looking forward to it for some time. Of course, Wayne is here and Wayne is polishing his car again. We've got both our Rovers here. Wayne's is a 2002, mine's a 2003. You've seen this car on the channel, complete with Nokia 3210 mobile phone, all sorts of engine bay accessories. If this isn't the best condition 45 V6 in the country, I don't really know what is. We've even got a channel banner, but the channel banner is on the ground for the simple reason that, yeah, it just keeps blowing over, so we had to lay it on the ground. We've actually got some merchandise here as well. Look at that. It even shows you what merchandise we sell. Isn't that clever? But I won't be going in too close because my bonnet needs painting. Paul has bought his MG ZS 180. This is a 2005. It's a very late one. Again, it's got some accessories like these bonnet struts and the strut brace as well. I think these are from DMGRS actually. Just got that Range Rover spares, which I, often use for bits of servicing on the channel. He's also had the door cards done recently as well, so they look very nice. In fact, the whole thing looks looking very nice indeed. The ZS 180 isn't quite sort of my style compared to 45 V6, which is far more me, as you can imagine, but there we go. Right, I will also put a warning in for the rest of the show. If we hear kind of, music in the background, then that is just the way it goes, because we're right next to the arena. Okay, we're going to actually now go to the far end of the site and start on a one-make parking area, because if we don't get going now, we're never going to get round this thing. We're actually starting at the far end, obviously V for Volvo, when we make our way back down to sort of A. So this is a Volvo S70, it's the facelifted version of the original 850. This is quite a late one, I don't know exactly what year because it's got a personalised plate, but this is the T5 with this kind of American style thing on it to stop flies getting in. The name of it I forget, but you can buy them if you really want. C30 here, the nominal kind of cut-off age is 2012 around here. I don't know what year this is actually, probably around then. Again, a personalised plate. I don't think this is the sort of ultra performance one, it only says 2 litre, but this, oh, viewers, now we're doing well here. Like the protectors, it's a Volvo 1800 ES. They made them, I think, only from about 1971 to 1973. Could be wrong about that, might be 1970, but yeah, the last type of this sort of P1800 shaped Volvo to be made. This is an 850 though. This looks again like a T5. I could be wrong, it might be an R or something. Your T5R, scored both there. 1995-96 plate. Volvo Amazon 1966 with some patina. Actually not that many Volvos here at all. I'm quite surprised there aren't that many, but there we go. I don't know what model number this is, I just call them Amazons, that's just easier for me. Another one of these P1 designations. Yeah, it's a V70, it's right on the cusp of a V70, I think they came out in 1997. I have got a review of a P2 V70 I've just done, which is the next generation. Good to see that we haven't got to not talk about certain things so far. Wolseley 444. Amazingly, it's not a black one. You expect to see these in black. I think these are sort of mid-50s. Very similar to the Raleigh design, I think by General Palmer. This is sort of miscellaneous area. I'm not exactly sure why these cars are not parked in respective areas. E92, I think, BMW 3 Series. That XM, unfortunately, we can't talk about, viewers, because we don't talk about diesels on this channel. Particularly, you know, in relation to the stupid new ultra emission zone boundary that's supposed to be coming in next year. Leyland Sherpa, wow, very good. 1976 to 7 registration. Yeah, it is a Leyland Sherpa. They went under so many names, these vans, and variants were built until 2006. It's crazy. Skip the Renault Scenic, particularly as we can't talk about the engine. And of course we got this Honda Ballade, which seems to be every show I go to, it's here, which is not a surprise. And we've also got a little friend in the cage who also comes along too. Hello. Is yours an 88 or 89? 88. It's very rare, of course. The SD3 Rover 200s are far more common, but they did build these, I think, alongside the SD3. I think it was actually at Cowley they built these. But yes, you know, very rare car to sort of see, and always a pleasure. Right, now we're going to go to the Volkswagen section. There's going to be a lot of cars in the Volkswagen section. This one's actually for sale, this particular one. It's 85-86 Mark II Golf GTI with Porsche wheels. I don't know about if that colour's original or not, I'm not actually sure. Mark I GTI, is this a campaign with these Pirelli wheels? It could be, 83-84, so quite a late one of these. 2000 Audi 80 Cabrio, or just an Audi Cabrio by that stage. It's one of the last ones actually on a W for 2000. I like the colour of that GTI. Mark IV GTI 2002. I think they might have seen something on the interior that might be nice, but I'm just going to have to be ultra cautious. No, it's not quite a beige leather interior here. We will see some beige leather interiors soon, but we're not quite there. Sorry, 2001 to 2, not 2002. It's 51. Same with this Golf here. Another Mark IV. And we have to skip that one, I'm afraid, because we can't talk about that. 2008 Volkswagen Polo. Did they actually make a Mark IV facelift GTI Polo? I can't remember. That one we're going to have to skip, unfortunately, because yes, ultra emission zone and all sorts of other things. Interesting. Ooh. Is that? Oh my gosh, it is. It's a Bora with a Golf front end. Wow, that's interesting. 2002. 2001 Mark IV GTI. Another Mark 1 GTI 81, 82 registration. 82, 83 registration, actually it's an 83. They've got slightly different wheels. This one's got BBS wheels on it, actually.
And then this is like the Golf.
Compared with something like Retro Rides Weekend, there's not actually that many of these here. Retro Rides Weekend, you see masses of them. Another Mark IV Golf GTI, relatively late one on the 52 registration, 2002 to 3. 2004 to 5 Golf GTI Mark V. Mark III Golf, quite a late one, 1997, 1998 registration, so one of the later ones. That looks a bit like a VR6, but I couldn't say, viewers. Oh, a Volkswagen Santada. Wow, I've not seen one of these in years. This is a quite an early one of these Santanas. This is an 83, 84 registration. It's GX5. I presume that means you get a 5-speed gear. I think it's got a 5-cylinder engine as well. So double fun. Wonderful. That is amazing. 1976. Australian assembled bay window T2 camper van. Interesting. Many Volkswagen Campers here today. Lots of them. Some of them in bright colours. Splitty here. T1. I have a feeling that that's not got the original engine in it. It's a 65. Another bay window here. 1969 to 70 registration. Let's try to trip over any furniture today, viewers. Another Splitty here with again more Porsche wheels. A very common thing to do is to put Porsche wheels onto Volkswagens. This is a 64. 1970-71 Volkswagen Beetle. I don't know what engine's in that one. That does look quite nice, that Splitty. Bay window here, 1973 to 4 registration. Complete with the dancing hula girls, of course. T3 here, I think this is one of the later ones. It's probably water cooled rather than air cooled. 86, 87 registration. Perfect day for having a little sort of a relaxing time in the sun. Another one of these Beetles. I don't know if those are the lights which should be on the back. They look a little bit too old to me, but they could be wrong about that. But this car's probably been customised quite a lot. Anyway, like most of these Beetles have. 6970 registration. Another one of these T3s. I think this is actually an early water-cooled one on an A, so 83, 84 registration. That's one of these Devon ones. Look at that, an original dealer sticker as well, with 5 digits in the number plate, 5 digits in the sticker. That is fantastic. Fuel injection, with Beetle Cabrio, 1975 to 6, maybe like a California car or something like that. Left-hand drive, so quite possibly. Not from here anyway. 1974 to 5 Beetle. This one's for sale. Mr. Bill from Fuel Power says this one could be yours. It's a 1303. This one Well, I don't know what that one was. Something at some point. Is that a K? So 71, 72. Scirocco. I think they made these from 2009 to about 2015, 16. I don't know. Hopefully that's one that we can talk about. Ooh, Mark III facelift Polo. Very good. I'm hoping to get a Mark III Polo in for review at some point because I have one of those in my first car. That engine's been breathed on a bit, hasn't it, viewers? That's a 2001 Lupo GTI. These are sort of becoming cult cars now. They aren't that old. I mean, I think this will be sort of mid 2000s. I think. Yeah, again 2001. Ooh, a couple of pre-facelift Mark III Polos. One's almost in the colour that mine was. Mine was dragon green. No, bright green. Dragon green's an earlier colour. Bright green's a bit later. I think we've actually got bright green here, and this is dragon green. This one's quite an early one, but one you can tell with a Mark III pre-facelift is the dials. If they've got the sort of more square lettering, then it's an earlier one. So yeah, 95, 96 plate on this one. That one's got a personal plate. Someone stuffed a VR6 into it. That's nice. Oh, sorry, this is a facelifted one. This one, GTI, but someone's dropped in a 20 valve turbo. So that wouldn't have been in the car originally, of course. They made the facelifted one, so it's 2000 to 2002. This one, wow, I don't know what that is at all. Who knows? I don't even know what year this is. That's the personal plate, so who knows? Very late Mark IV Golf here. So probably one of the last 2003 to 4. This is a R, maybe it is an R. Mark 7.5 Golf here, but can't talk about that one, I'm afraid. 1994 to 5 Volkswagen Corrado VR6. Oh yes, please. With the BBS wheels too. Very good. Oh, thank you. Mark II Golf GTI. This isn't the big bumper one. So just before they came out, it's 8990 plate. I imagine this is an 8 valve. The 16 valves normally have a badge on them. You've still got just wind up windows in this. Ah, there we go. This is a standard Mark III Polo. This one's actually a base model. It's a 1 litre L. I think these had 50 horsepower. It's an earlier one because it's got the early instruments in it. 96, 97 registration. GTI Campaign Mark I, 83, 84 plate. I think all the Campaigns came with those Pirelli alloy wheels, but I could be wrong. Another one of these T3 Volkswagens here. What's that? 88, 89. Bay window. Winnie. Hello, Winnie. 70, 475 registration. Mark III Golf VR6. 96, 97. With the BBS wheels, of course. Another one of these. I think this is just like a C or something. It could be a driver. I don't think this is a GTI unless someone's just switched the sort of front end, but that's not the GTI interior, so I think it's like a driver or something like that. 8990, another T3, a pair of T3s. Both of them I think are the water-cooled ones. Another Devon Sunrise camper. Yeah, that's 84, 85. That one's 83, 84. Bay window. V, quite a late one, 7980. Again with these Porsche sort of 356 style wheels on it. It must be a straight swap or something. So many of them seem to have that conversion. Another one of these Beetles. 68, 69 registration again with the Porsche wheels. Another VR6 Corrado. 1993 to 1994 registration. I really want to have a go in a Corrado, actually, viewers. I'd really quite like to. Ooh, I think this is a Type 4. I could be wrong, or 411 or something. I'm really bad with what they used to call these sort of things that wanted to replace the Beetle but kind of didn't. All I know is that's very nice. For 411, I was actually right. 411L, 69 to 68, 69 registration. Phew. Quite a late Carmen gear here. This is a 73 to 74 plate. I think they finished production in 1974, so very late one. Again, probably imported from the United States of America. Most of them are on left-hand drive. It ends up here. 1980, 1990, Volkswagen Golf Mark 1 Cabrio. Again, this is a Clipper. Millions of these retro rides weekender. Second Beetle convertible. Gosh, I didn't think they were so common. I don't think they are actually. 1978 to 9 registration. This one, again by Carmen. I think the 7980 was the last year for these. This is the 1303 model. T3 with twin exhausts. It's going to be a water-cooled one. That one we probably won't talk about that because I think I know what sort of engine would be in it. Let's have a look at some Triumphs. Is this a sort of a Renown? Yes, it's a 1950 Triumph Renown with razor edge saloons, immediately sort of to kind of post-war. Ooh, big Chevy pickup from 62. 1975 to 6 Triumph 2500S Estate by Car Bodies. Do like those very much, viewers. They are very appealing to me. Also appealing to me is this TR7 from 1981, which has almost got a beige leather interior, but not quite, just beige elements. 5-speed gearbox, of course, slant 4 engine, not the same as a Dolomite Sprint engine because it's only got 8 valves. But there were some TR7s built with a Dolomite Sprint engine, but not a lot. 1971 to 2 Triumph Stag. This one's an auto. In this really nice colour. I think this is called Blaze Red, this colour, although it's orange. Oh, viewers. 1980, 1981 Triumph Dolomite 1500L. Yes, please. And someone's put some Sprint alloy wheels on it as well. I think that spoiler at the front is also off a Sprint, but I like Sprint alloy wheels on the lower spec Dolomites anyway. That's not a problem for me. 1974 to 5 Triumph Stag. This is an auto as well. Another Stag here. I don't know what year this one is. Interesting colour and with wire wheels. I've not seen one with wire wheels before. Someone's also fitted a very interesting Speedline steering wheel to it. Can't remember the name of this this colour either. Some wild British Island colours back in the day. Very late Stag here. 75, 76 plate. I think the last year for these was 77. And someone's just putting the hood down. Spitfire here with some really interesting wheels on that. Wow, didn't realise you could fit wheels like that to Spitfire. This is a J, so 7071. This will be probably with a 1300. No, it's not. It's not at all. It's got a. That looks like a K series or T series in there. Well, that shift. That Triumph Herald convertible. This is the 1360 model. Very late one on a J, 71. I think production finished 71, so yeah, quite a late one. Mark III GT6. 73 only, because that's when production of these finished on an M. Went through 3 iterations. I think 66 they came up, but this is a Mark III. They kept changing the suspension between the marks. It's quite complicated actually, that. Triumph TR8. 79 to 80 registration. Just love the Rover 3.9. It's been built up to 3.9, although they were originally 3.5 litre. Excuse me. Ooh, very early Nova. Very early Nova. With a brick red interior, like the one that I filmed on the channel earlier this year. That's been sold now, so I'm not going to have a go in it. But I love these original, they're actually steel wheels. Lovely condition. So first year of these in this country was 1983. That tax disc is for December 84, so I imagine it's around maybe sort of late 83, early 84. 2003 to 4, Vauxhall Astra Bertone Coupe. This is an Astra G Coupe. And someone's left an information sheet for me here. Costs £300. This is actually only a 1.8 family one. There was of course a turbo version available. Can't believe that was £300. Another one of these. Someone's, I think, maybe switched the badges out for the Opals. This would have been sold as a Vauxhall, unless it's in the Republic of Ireland, of course. I saw those Opals over there. So 2002, this is an automatic one. Oh, Mark II Cavalier convertible. Is that an Irmshire body kit on it, viewers? It looks like it. I can't remember if that's the Family 1 or Family 2 engine in this. They think that the Mark II Cavalier had both. But there we go. Hamont und Tida. Karosseriefabrik voll in Würzburg. Very nice. I do like that very much, viewers. It's very blue as well. We've got blue bits. Another one of these Astra Gs. This is a Bertone convertible with what looks very much like a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers, as you probably know by now from having watched the channel ad infinitum. Mark I Cavalier 2-door. Oh yes please, viewers. This one is probably a really basic spec as well. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Yeah, it's the 1600L. There we go. Astra G 2-litre GSI, probably the turbo. Probably quite fast as well. This is, I think, a facelift one, so 2002 to 3, something like that. Personal plate, of course. Ooh, it's a Victor 101. It's a very late one as well. A really late one. Because by this time the FD Victor is in run hook, the seats were sort of out. So 67 only, yeah, Victor 101 or FC Victor. This is the deluxe model, so yeah, 67 only I should think. Right, let's just go further down that way and see what else we can find. 1991 to 92 TVR, I think this is an S2, but that probably is a personal plate, but I think we're about 92. Nice sort of Mark II Fiesta bits at the side, of course. I think this is probably the Ford Cologne over 2.8 or 2.9 litre engine. This one is, I think the same one is in Saltfish, isn't it? One of these. I get confused about which model this is, I always forget. Do apologise, viewers. Oh, yes, please. I think we might have seen this last time we were here in 2019. 1990-1991, Vauxhall Collection GSI 3000. Yes, please. We like this very much, viewers. 24 valve. Yes, of course, come in head. So a TR Tuscan. Is that a beige leather interior, viewers? I do like a nice beige leather interior. Another Victor 101 here. This is a 1966. It's another deluxe. Can't remember why they call it the 101 now. I forget. Oh, it's a nice green interior. That is most agreeable. I like the paint on this. That's very nice. Vauxhall VXR8. I don't exactly know what year this is. I think it's it's a 2009. 6.2 litre sort of Corvette engine, LS3. 1995 Vauxhall Cavalier 1.8 Classic. I've actually driven a Cavalier Classic on the channel. This was the run-out special edition for the Mark III Cavalier with ABS. And there we go. This was at Festival on Exceptional. Afraid that course we're going to have to skip. Got a cool talk about it. Mark I Cavalier L, another 1600L. Another very, very nice one. Because you've got blanking plates in the middle of the dash. Because we've only got an L and we can't afford to put them in. Yes, so 7980. Mark III Cavalier here. This looks like a GSI 2000 to me. Oh, it is, yes, 8990 registration. Astra H 2006. This is a design. I do actually have a review of one of these on the channel, and also the twin top version we used to own. 1965 Vauxhall VX490, based on the Victor 101. That is a beautiful car. Oh, that's beautiful, viewers. It's one of these in the Champions called Invisible Man. That's rather nice. That Golf's not having much of a good day, is it? Really, it sounds a bit down on power. Right. Anyway, that's enough for part one of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2022 Bromley Pageant of Motoring. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below. We will resume very shortly for part two because we have an awful lot more to cover, viewers, and we are going to be here a long time. Thank you.